Well, hey Virgo, welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is going to serve for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Virgo for at least the 8th through the end of the month into the first week of April, okay? So, just as I've done with other signs, I wanted to make sure that I introduced you to the angel for the sign of Virgo, which is Archangel Hameliel, okay? So Archangel Hameliel has given me the instructions for how to provide this particular reading for this month with the different energies that we're going to have. And we're going to move forward. Just as we have done with the other signs, again, people need to not get twisted about words and language, because the angels just, they crack up when it comes to people thinking that, you know, there's a word out there that's going to be offensive to the universe. There really isn't. But we're going to bring out the energy of the naughty unicorns along with one of the earth magic tarot decks to give you the overall energy for the rest of the month of March into that first part of April. And the first card out that we have here is the same as a lot of other people. A lot of grounding is needed apparently for you. It says get the fuck outside and move your ass because your body is pissed at you. So you definitely have an invitation to get outside and ground, right? So, you know, you are an earth sign, and it is important for you to connect in nature. That's one of the ways that you kind of do the magic that you do, Virgo. So it's important, especially now that spring has sprung, just as many other signs have gotten this as well. I think for sure Taurus did. But you need to be able to move your body, shake it up just a little bit. So what else does the Earth Magic deck have to say in order to try to support that thought process? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Virgo. Here it is. Ooh, all right. Yeah, here's why. Okay, because you're gonna blow if you don't. So the volcano talks about being volatile. It's a lot of pent up energy. Okay, that's exactly what goes on. And in order for you to be more in your space, you know, you've got to get out of this like little solitude that you've been in for a little bit, and you've got to get outside and you've got to explore and you've got to move around a little bit. You've got to temper this energy. You've got to ground all of this pent up energy that's kind of sitting out there for you. So we're going to move these little guys over here, and I'm going to turn over my sand clock here, and we're going to get started with the actual tarot portion. So Archangel Hameliel said that he wanted me to use the Thoth Tarot deck. I used this one other time. And the reason is because the messaging that's on the original deck of tarot cards here is the most simplistic way that he wants to be able to try to support. Okay. The first card out is the Two of Wands, and it's called Dominion here, and it means that you have the dominion of your universe. This is definitely the energy of, oh, excuse me, Leo. I get the energy of Leo. Why am I getting the energy of Leo? What's going on with the energy of Leo that I need to know about here? It's definitely Martian energy. I know that for sure, for sure, for sure. But why am I getting Leo energy out of this? Maybe some of you guys are dealing with the Leo, or something specific is going on and going down within business with the Leo. I don't know why I said it. That's just what they're telling me. So that's what's up. But anyway, the next sign that the next card that pops up is the Princess of Cups. And so that's good. Being available to be in your emotion and going forward in a new direction with an emotional thought process. And the reason why you're going to step forward with this decision is because you've got the Five of Cups card that's sitting here. So this for sure is Martian energy with Scorpio. There's a lot of hurtness that has gone on here. There's choices that need to be made because there's... you're trying to get out of this funk. There's been something that's hurt your heart in a sense, to the point where you need to kind of be in your feels, and you need to be in the energy of this water in order to try to cleanse yourself from what's going on here. That's a lot of heavy energy that I'm feeling here with this disappointment card. So whatever choice you make, when the Dominion card comes up, when the Two of Rods comes up, you can't really, it's not possible for you to make a wrong decision when the Two of Rods shows up. You can't. because both roads lead eventually to the same place. It's just whatever feels most comfortable for you at this particular moment. They've got you covered either direction that you walk into, okay? So do not feel bad about that at all. And I'm sorry, this is actually Aries energy. I don't know why I was saying Leo, but that's what something's going on with the Leo. I wouldn't be surprised if Leo energy came out, but we'll see what happens here. So again, these cards are not meant to be read for every single day of the week. They're meant to be read for the energy that it is potential to be realized within that week, okay? And I'm definitely getting the feeling that this energy that's here is past energy. This is prior energy that is being carried forward into this upcoming week. What we do have next is the Love card, the Two of Cups, which is fantastic. We have the Wealth card, and then we have the Fool. So definitely this is past and prior energy that's showing up here. And that's important to try to be able to understand, because it's okay for you to be hurt. It's okay to get through your feelings, and it's okay for you to know that you can make a different choice that you have to be able to move forward to, so that you can get to this Two of Cups energy, so that you can get to this union, whether it's a spiritual union within yourself, or whether there's a union with someone else. It could be a romantic relationship, it could be a business relationship, but whatever it boils down to is that you're being invited to invoke, you know, the energy of partnership and love into what needs to happen here. So that's definitely Cancer and Venusian. ¿Qué es eso en inglés? How do you call that? Venus, sorry. The Venus energy here. So where in the first week we had the Moon in Libra that had a, there was a huge opposition to Aries in Chiron, okay? That's a lot of heavy energy for some people. Also that first week, last week, there was the energy of Mars going into Gemini, like on Tuesday the 3rd, which would have created a lot of restless energy with people, especially trying to communicate with your voice and wanting to get things figured out so that you could speak to it, and it really being harsh for people to be able to do that. And if it wasn't you independently, it would have been someone else potentially, you know, having that same circumstance around you or within you, which would have created some of this disappointment. But you're trying to, looks like, you know, get back to the norm and take advantage of this love information and these pentacles that are showing up. This is the Ten of Pentacles, people. This is, you know, this is called wealth in this particular card. It doesn't always have to be. Wealth can be anything that's abundant that you need in order to fulfill something that you want. Anything that's tangible for sure. But the major arcana of the Fool is sitting here, which means that you're at the precipice of doing something new. So because we've got a major arcana, we're going to use our second deck, the White Sage Tarot deck, and we're going to find out why Virgo has the energy of the Fool here. I can tell you that probably what's going on is you've gotten to the point where you've healed what you needed to be able to heal, so that you can kind of step forward and move forward. But let's just see what the cards have to say about why the Fool is sitting here. Yeah, getting back into the energy of the Emperor, this Aries, this discernment, this setting up new rules. And you're going to be supported with the energy of Aries. You may have had some challenges that are still going forward with the Chiron in Aries, this wounded healer energy that really kind of shows up. But you really are trying to move forward with that. I'm not going to take and change the order of any of these different types of things, but since we've got another major arcana, let's go ahead and pull. What else do we need to know about the Fool? And then, whoops, the Emperor that's showing up here to support the Fool, please. Because this looks good. It looks like you just needed to go through this hurt and make a decision so that you can turn the corner and get to that healing. The Hierophant energy shows up, and also so does the High Priestess. All major arcana sitting here. You guys, you are seriously having fun with me today, are you not? Creative boundaries. Being on top of the situation, being at your maximum authority. The Hierophant being this is an official situation. If it's not a marriage, it's definitely a work relationship or a higher education type of a situation that popped up for you. And then the High Priestess is there talking about the fact that you kind of know what's going on. You have a third sense, a higher sense when it comes to that. Your third eye is open. You know exactly what's going on. This is Virgo moon energy. You already know that. So Dharma, the true sense of yourself, right? It's that energy of trying to, like, you know, find out your true self and say what it is that you need to say. So you guys just really want me to hang on here this first week, huh? That's what, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. All right, now they're having fun with me. They're just laughing their asses off. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. And the reason why what was going on was no collaboration within the work area. And the High Priestess was having you go back and reevaluate everything that was going on. Lack of communication, trying to come out of a cocoon in a sense. And then we go back up to this Two of Wands energy, which is here. So that kind of just circles the whole reading. But the other thing that they wanted to be able to say was the conflict that was created, you're going to be able to move past it just very, very swiftly. It also was very much a karmic. So you have karma and dharma that are sitting right here on the table. So that was a lot of energy that you had to go through in order to get through just this first piece of March out of the way. Okay, so now that we have all the freaking major arcana cards that are sitting out here this first week, they're just having fun with me.
Well, just say what you got to say. They're going to get it. They're smart enough. They're going to understand. We can move swiftly through this. Have fun.
I am having fun. Let's move on into, really, we're going to try to want to get into the second week, but I didn't even get a chance to get into it, really. I guess I should actually kind of maybe pull a couple of these different ones out, because I think all this energy is coupled up into this. Do you not feel that it's also that way? They're agreeing with me. So here's what's going to happen. On the 10th, we're going to go into another transit where we have the sun that's in Neptune going to be in opposition towards or with Gemini. So there is another opportunity for some more secrets to come out, and there's going to be a lot of soul searching for people. So, you know, the Hierophant, even though it is an official type of a position, what I'm getting out of this is that, you know, the Hangman is going to be able to release, because you felt like you've gotten enough information at that point with your deep marination to really try to go in and understand the situation. That's where these cards are coming from. The next transit that happens is on the 13th. And I wanted to double check. Yeah, the 13th is not Friday. I was like, oh, is that Friday the 13th? No, it's Saturday. The new moon that happens on Saturday is an opportunity for you to really kind of manifest what it is that you want to have. That's why they're continuing to talk about moving forward with what it is that you want to be able to have. You can't make a wrong choice with the new moon manifestations that you're going to bring into fruition. And then, of course, you're going to have some time to think about it when we go into daylight savings time, depending on, is it spring forward? It's spring forward, fall back. So some people are going to lose an hour. Sorry. But then that carries us into the next Monday-ish period where we have, on the 15th, where we have Mercury in Pisces. And so that's going to create like a little bit of airy-fairy energy for people. And there's going to be a challenge, in a sense, to try to keep your concentration together. Just be aware. If it's not you, be aware that there are going to be other people or your energy that might be invoking that particular part of the energy, okay? That's the biggest part of the 15th, because you don't really hit anything else until you get into that part of the weekend, which is going to be on the 20th. So what we have here is the Six of Swords. It's called science here. The science of recognizing that you need to move forward. The science of picking yourself up from here and going to there. Taking guidance. For sure, for sure, for sure. So this energy that's going to show up for you, Virgo, is very beautiful. The Six of Swords is meaning that you're taking the guidance that is going to be provided to you so that you can move forward. Excuse me, we're taking this one for sure. So what we have here is the universe itself. You're almost at the end of completion. It's like you've completed a cycle successfully. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to go through shit in order to come through the other side. So the universe is sitting there. I love that. All right, it wants to be this card here, which is the Three of Swords energy. So this is still the energy of trying to heal, or feeling as though you need to heal a little bit more, or you're coming to the point where you're going to be completely healing from this particular situation that might still be sticking around just a little bit because of sadness, really, okay? There's a realization that something else has to happen, and look at that. So we actually have the Lust card that pops out here. This is heavy Leo energy in itself. It's titled Lust here. This is really strength, and What I can really say about this with these two major arcana cards that are sitting here is that you have to do what makes you happy. This card, the strength card, does indicate that there's going to be a lot of healing for you. There's a lot of sacral energy that's coming out of this, the sacral chakra energy that's coming out of this particular week for you. Now, the reason I bring that up and the way that I do is when we get towards the weekend, that's when we're going to hit the equinox. We're going to hit Ostara. We're going to hit on the 20th, the sun in Aries. All right. So that's a great time for projects, getting outside. Challenges are going to become a little bit more easy. We also have the energy of Venus in Aries. So that's going to be a lot of charm, charisma. If there is a new business opportunity or the business of a new individual, there's definitely a lot of hot, sexy time that's coming. Just had to put that out there. The other thing that happens also in that weekend of the 21st is we have Mars going into Gemini, which has a trine with Saturn in Aquarius. So there's going to be a strong focus for people. Especially when it comes to increased productivity, if you're working on a project, reorganizing some thoughts, okay? It's just very, very strong energy. So the last couple of cards that pop out here, again, major arcana. This is very important for you, Virgos, is to be able to understand. We've got the Hangman now that's sitting next to the Lust card, which means you're being invited to kind of go in a little bit. And then the other card that pops up here is the Five of Swords energy. This is the same energy as that showed up here. Something new that you want to be able to do. This is all internal conflict at this point. We move into the 23rd. And that 23rd, within that following week, as we're carrying those energies through, you're just more susceptible to feeling these energies more so than anybody else, which is why the row is so strong, because you're going to start feeling this before it actually starts to show up in this next week here. On the 23rd, we have Mercury that goes into Pisces, and so it's going to create a square with the energy of Mars that already went into Gemini up on the 21st. So it's going to create internal battles for people because there's going to be controversy trying to make something happen with someone else, or someone else trying to have an influence over you about some things. Especially if it's around a project, you are being invited to not take any shortcuts because it's not going to be in your best and highest good. So we got a few cards to go through and clarify here. Let's go ahead and start doing that. I do feel that the order of these might be off just a little bit, but that's okay. What I feel is that this Three of Swords would be sitting in front of this Six of Swords because everything else is kind of gravy as you sit on top of that, but that's okay. If you're at the end of a cycle, if you've completed something and it was really pleasant for you, you could also be feeling a little bit of sorrow for having to kind of let something go. It's just something that's severe enough to aggravate your heart chakra. For real, okay? So let's find out why the universe is here for our Virgo. Why does the universe card show up? What is going on with the energy of Saturn here, please? The universe card is here because you are taking an offer that's being presented to you, or you're considering an offer that's going to be coming into you. Okay. That very literally just said that. If you're taking an offer of something new, you might have a little bit of reservation about it because it's leaving something behind that you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into. Talk to me about this Lust card, please, universe. Why do we have the Strength card here? What is going on within this Strength card? That does indicate that there's healing coming. If you've got a little sorrow that we're trying to get through, I mean, it definitely is one of the better healing cards that we have out there. But talk to me about why the Lust card is here. Yeah, it's about work. So some of you guys also, I think that the Leo sign also just had this energy of potentially making a change when it comes to work. So some of you guys are on the cusp, and you might want to take another look at that reading if you know that you're on the cusp about that. But it has definitely something to do with work or working towards something. The Hangman that's sitting here, please explain to me. Well, thank you. Yeah, so there's something that was going on in which you are letting everything go. You're releasing the thought process of having to sacrifice a little bit. the Seven of Swords doesn't necessarily mean it's sneaky or evil energy, although it gets categorized that way. But what it does really indicate is that someone's holding something so close to the vest that it can be seen as though you're holding on to data, or you're holding on to information, or not being completely transparent when it comes to a couple of different things. And that's okay, especially if you're trying to protect something that you want for yourself. But just know that that's how it can be viewed and interpreted by people, which could create, especially if you're trying to gather and, you know, commune with the universe a little bit to try to figure some things out. Like, you're trying to go within and you're trying to realize, is it time for me to, like, you know, pull this ace out of the sleeve a little bit? Could be having something to do with this offer that you're entertaining here, okay? So I'm going to go back in one more time with each of these cards here just to see if there's anything else. The universe with the Four of Cups. Can you expand on the Four of Cups, please? And completion. Is it, could just confirm this Four of Cups for me. We're taking a new offer. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups being completely, you know, strong feminine energy. The Queen of Cups being also very psychic and in tune. The Queen of Cups being someone that is very emotionally attached to something. So if this is not you yourself, then there is the energy of that person that is around you that has provided that type of offering. And you also have the Knight of Cups that's sitting here. So it looks like there could be a couple of different things that's popping up. If you are not the Queen of Cups in this particular energy, you have taken on the Knight of Cups, this offering that's coming through, and you are feeling it at this point, ready to kind of move on with the next thing. Let's talk about why this Ace of Pentacles is here. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles on top of this. Thank you. Yeah, there's something that kind of shook your world up a little bit of a surprise. The Tower moments are not here to completely mess up our lives, but they are here to indicate that there are things that need to be able to change. So when it comes to work, it looks like you're skating by with a little less of effort in some area. You're skating by with only receiving maybe a whisper of a major change versus a complete knockdown, drag out kind of a change. But it definitely does have something to do with that healing that you had going on up in here. It's definitely related to whatever was going on in that whole first week of March, okay? Definitely work related for a lot of people, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify why the Seven of Swords is sitting in reverse. What is being revealed? Queen of Wands, entrepreneurial energy. It is not all of those. It is these two right here. So let's put these back at the bottom so we don't get it twisted. Yeah. There's some conflict about Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, about moving forward in the right direction where you've got this information here. You're just really contemplating and just trying to marinate in that whole energy of what's going on. This Ace of Pentacles is a gift or an offering that's not necessarily going to come to you until you are at that point where you're releasing yourself, where you were up here with the Hangman sitting in the reverse position, like ready to kind of emerge. And the Six of Cups definitely has something to do with something that's shown up from the past energy. So that's what is going on here. Now, let's go ahead and dive into a couple of the different oracles that are going to be able to support us. So the first one that we're going to pull out here, Virgo, is the and I'm not really surprised, but this is the Healing Therapy Angels, and it's heart chakra based, okay? So the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. And so what you need to be able to do is be open to giving and also receiving love, heart chakra based, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull another angel card on this row because that was a lot of energy. What else would the angels like to share with our Virgos right now? This is a heavy week here, the week of the 15th. What else do we need to know? Thank you. Yeah, some of you guys are definitely on the cusp of Leo, and you should probably go take a look at that reading. This is the same exact card. It's romance and it's connection. Now, romance and connection. So romance definitely has a strong part to play with what's going on here within this lust energy, but connection doesn't always have to do with people as much as it can also have to do with your higher self and spirit. However, you're not going to get any of that until you're able to really kind of cleanse and open up this heart chakra the way that they need you to be able to open. So there's potentially some conflict that's going to surface, and it may not be the energy of yourself as much as it is for somebody else that's bringing this forward, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just leave that one right there because I think it's significant rather than moving it over to the side. And what I'm going to do is just move this layer of cards up just a little bit, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and go into the week of the 22nd. Like I said, I think a lot of these energies you're going to start feeling and you're going to start carrying them forward. Yeah, so the 26th is an important spiritual day for people because the veil is going to be really, really thin. That's when Venus conjuncts the sun in Aries, and there's going to be a lot of strong spiritual connection that day. You should keep your thoughts hopeful. You should be all about your personal affirmations. If you're asking for support from spirit, you're going to be responded to extremely quickly. The Five of Pentacles energy shows up. That does indicate a little bit of worry because it's like you are not necessarily feeling as though you are getting what it is that you want when you want it, but you also know that those pentacles, that behavior of the universe is working behind the scenes, and so you need to not worry about anything. There's the Hierophant energy. Again, another official situation. You're worried about something at work. Now we've got the Princess of Wands that's showing up, trying to boost up that sacral chakra again. Sitting next to the Prince of Wands. Wow, are you serious right now? And then you've got the Knight of Swords. So you definitely have a lot of strong messages that are getting ready to come in. They're passionate messages. They're new beginning messages. They are ready to start helping with creativity. So the major arcana card that we're going to sit here and we're going to clarify is really going to be the Hierophant. Where did he show up here? Where did you go? Yeah, here it is. Work. It's going to be work-related stuff. So there's going to be some good stuff that shows up. When you feel like you're in this pity party of worry, you really need to not be, again, because the universe is working behind the scenes to be able to bring something to you that you have asked for, okay? But let's find out what the Hierophant wants to be able to say during this week here. You know, and the next couple of days that round out the end of the month are really going to be like the 27th, which is Passover, and then we have the full moon on the 28th, Palm Sunday, which is going to round out the end of the energy of March. But then we go into those next several days are here into the beginning of April. So let's see where we're at. Why is the Hierophant here again? It's definitely these three. King of Wands. Wow. Strong push to move forward, to do something, releasing yourself. This is major arcana Capricorn of the Capricorn energy, the devil energy that's going on here. You have the Eight of Cups, so there seems like there might be a little bit of resistance to walking away from something or having something taken away from you. So you're being invited to realize that you can release the bonds of that particular thought process when it comes to this official situation. The King of Wands is here to talk to you about passion, though. He brings you the Princess of Wands. He brings you the Prince of Wands. That's a lot of quick energy. Then the Knight of Swords comes in to help offer you what it is that you need to be able to see and feel from a thought process, because that's a lot of... This is a lot of fire energy that's showing up here for you. And you're being asked to kind of go in. This worry card is not something that you need to focus on, and you need to ground out of that. So you need to have some passion. Go do something. I'm getting a lot of energy. Still that whole energy of movement and go do something. This Prince of Wands energy that's showing up here. Hi, kitty. Very strong healing of restoration of what needs to go on within your creativity center, if you will. Okay, so I am going to put these cards to the side because we've satisfied the answer for the major arcana card, and now we're going to pull out a Keeper of the Light to find out which Keeper of the Light would like to step forward and help the Virgo this week of the 22nd. Yeah. 8th, the week of the 15th, the week of the 22nd. Wow, we have Diana. Focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high and expect the best possible outcome. Well, that explains where all of the sacral energy is coming from, your creativity center, the ideals that you have. So let's move this up. This is the week of the 8th. You had a bunch of energy that's carrying over from the 15th to the 22nd. All right. And we're going to move forward now to that very last week here. Okay, we're going to keep Diana to the side. There you go. So that we can see her. And we're going to go into, oh, boogers. I just knocked everything off. I'm so sorry. All right. Sorry, angels. There we go. All right. Okay. That's a lot of energy right there. That is a lot of passion. That is someone that is paying attention to what it is that you've got going on. That's exactly what that is. I'm sitting here with this prince and this princess here. It is possible that there's going to be someone in that particular week that's going to reveal themselves, that's going to help to spark. I don't, you know, we talk about this romance card, and I'm just sitting here looking at it. It's like literally under like this lust card right now. So, you know, that could be where some of that big energy is coming up here. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. So on that Sunday, like I said, the 26th, or I'm sorry, that would be the weekend of Friday, the 26th, and you get into this last week here, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and then the first several days here of April. Let's find out what energies carry forward and that are meaningful. Hey, look at that. Now you've got the Wheel of Fortune. That's a second opportunity. That's a second chance with the energy of Jupiter coming in. That's beautiful energy right there. And then the very next card that shows up right next to this Wheel of Fortune looks like the Wheel of Fortune if you were to look at it, but really what this is the Four of Wands. And in this card, it's called completion. And this is proposal. And it doesn't have to be marriage proposal, but it is proposal. It's business. It's something that's going to be wrapping up within beautiful strides within the household. This is that energy of where Venus, this started from the energy of where Venus and Aries were at that week of the 21st. This is carrying forward. This is carrying forward from that week, because that's exactly what I'm getting out of this. So this Four of Wands energy, completion. So the traditional card, it looks like it's I don't know why I call it that, but it's the Rider-Waite version that we've all seen. The four pillars with the ribbons and the people dancing, and it is celebration. There is completion of something that is going to basically bring joy, is basically what it boils down to. What's going on here is that you are letting... Well, this card is called Cruelty. I'm not even really sure why this card comes up, because it's such beautiful energy unless it needs to be placed in a different order. That's a potential. So the Nine of Swords energy is called Cruelty, and it's cruelty because it's self-imposed. It is you not really sleeping. It's you with a bunch of anxiety. It's you with just really negative thoughts in your brain for some particular reason, and it's affecting your sleep. The other way that this comes up is that you're getting so many downloads that's in your sleep that it's really kind of keeping you up at night. So you can, you really do need to ground your energy where you can, Virgo. Okay, woo! And we've got 2 extra cards. So let me go ahead and move these to the side. And then let's figure out what we've got here. We have the Hermit. Yeah, you need to go within. And then you actually have the Princess of Swords. So that's actually not a bad, that's not a bad card to get. So I do feel like the energy is like off just a little teeny tiny bit as far as where the actual energies carry through. But here's the reason why I'm leaving in this order, because you're getting a second chance to do something and you've come to a successful completion with this Four of Wands. Some people can't handle positivity. Some people can't handle, right, that really happened. I really got through that. I'm really going to get what I want. And you just go into like this analysis paralysis, and you don't really need to do that. What's here for you is here for you. So don't talk yourself out of your own success. You earned it. You went through a whole lot in order to get there. Now we have the Queen of Cups that shows back up in positive momentum. This is really going to be you, in a sense, with being on top of your emotions, being back in that strong feminine energy, being that caring psychic person that you are, just kind of really just kind of getting back together with where you're at. Okay, so obviously, you know, Virgo, I know that, you know, we're earth and signs when it comes to that, but there's a lot of balance that I see in this particular last week that carries through into April. So I'm not surprised that the Hermit card actually comes out. The Hermit card is coming to invite you to go in where you need to go in again. You don't have to live there, but it's time for you to go in again. All right, more earth and energy, and really think about how you want your next steps to appear. How do you want them to like manifest? How do you want them to show up? Heavy Aquarius, Virgo energy. You already know that. So there is a sense of being a little bit of a loner, but this is really a lot of spiritual time. And that's really what I'm getting out of this. There's a lot of spiritual downloads that are coming between these three cards here. That's telling me that there's a lot of spiritual downloads that are getting ready to show up for you. But you're able to handle it as long as you can ground, like I said from the very beginning, because when you don't ground that stuff that you collect, you know, you've got to put that energy somewhere. So you got to get out and move around. But anyway, this Princess of Swords that's showing up here is here to also help you wield that clarity and cut through the fog a little bit of whatever might be just clouding you just enough with this analysis paralysis to help take you to the next direction. So all in all, this is a very extremely positive reading. It just looks like, just like with other signs, you're going to have to go through a little bit of some internal growth in order to get to the next level, and that's okay. That's up leveling. We all have to do that at some point. But we're going to go ahead and pull a couple of the Oracle of the Radiant Sun just to see what else the universe can offer to us here, because this is really good. 2, 3, and 4. That's what pulls up here. A second opportunity, a second shot. Eccentricity shows up here. This energy of Saturn in, this is Aquarius, Yatter. Yep. Bluff shows up. This is the energy of Jupiter and Gemini. I think this is the energy for sure of the, like around the 23rd. There's information that if you are not if you're not bluffing the situation, like pretending that everything is okay in order to move to the next part, you need to be aware that you might need to call someone's bluff. Yeah, that's how you call it. The Inheritance card comes up, and I think that was the same. Yeah, it's the same energy of this Wealth card that shows up. There is a potential that that's in your future. There might be a second opportunity for you to be able to be in a position where you can set yourself up to be completely happy within your family and have something go on within your lineage. There is a caution card though here that shows up. Okay, so you're being cautioned with this Queen energy, with this Earthen energy here. And again, I get a lot of this is Scorpio energy with this Inheritance, but this is your Virgo energy here with the sign of Mercury. So you're being cautioned a little bit that week of the 23rd for sure, to really don't cut things out and really try to avoid the internal battles that are going to be potentially thrown in your way. That's the best way that I can I can actually say it. You're in a good position. You just need to kind of watch where you put your energy into that area. So let's wrap up, because there's 1,000 cards on the table that are here. You need to move. And I'm going to move it past just move your ass because you're stuck. And you need to shake out your chakras a little bit. And you, especially light workers, you need to move that energy. You need to ground that energy. You are solitude. You're thinking like you're by yourself when it comes to a lot of things, or you're doing things by yourself and you're not letting other people help you in a sense, which is creating this sense of volatility. Go and ground that energy as best as you possibly can, okay? The support that's coming here from the universe is talking about making sure that the answer that you seek is being deep within your heart. So ask Archangel Raphael to really help you open up and be open to giving and receiving love. You need to be able to ask for help when you need to be able to ask for help. The other thing is that pops up is this romance and connection. So if you are in a relationship and you're carrying this much energy from all these other people, especially if it's work related, don't bring it into the house as much as you possibly can. You need to be able to release as well. But you do have, looks like, a second opportunity if things have gone a little bit wonky to try to bring that forth. I feel like there's another one in here that I might be missing. I'm just trying to double check. But Diana is coming in here. She's talking about focused intention for you. You can't get better than one of these goddesses here, right? Think about what it is that you desire and set it up. You've got this opportunity on the new moon, the 13th, to really call in what it is that you want. You've got another opportunity on the 26th to have deep conversation with spirit, okay? So that they can bring forward the things that you want and receive really quick information if you need more of a boost. Again, you can call on Archangel Hameliel, your angel here, to try to help support whatever it is that you need and have them walk you through what this is. Where the eccentricities, what's going on with this inheritance, speak it into your existence if it's something for you, calling someone's bluff or kind of playing your cards very, very tightly in a sense. There's a little bit of caution that comes up here with this earth and energy. So just ask if you need to be able to do that for another level or layer of support. Okay, Virgo, that is what I have for you here for the remainder of the month of March going into the very first week of April. I hope that this resonated with you. In the event that it didn't, that's totally okay with me. Make sure that you do take a look at your sun, your moon, and your rising sign to get the full picture. Some of you need to take a look at that Leo because I definitely see that there's cusp information that's there for both of you. Otherwise, if it did resonate, hey, make sure that you give this a like. Make sure that you share it with other people that you think could potentially benefit. And subscribe if you haven't already done that so I can continue to grow the channel and make sure that I am providing this kind of information for those individuals that most need to be able to hear it. It is my pleasure and my joy. Thank you to all the new subscribers that I do have. I really greatly appreciate that. And with that, I will say see you around the second week of April. Bye for now.